Welcome to Project and Job Costing, the latest product in the fully integrated Accpac Advantage Series product line. You can use Project and Job Costing to manage any kind of contract, from the simplest to the most complex. Project and Job Costing is a sophisticated product that automates the estimating, invoicing, and reporting of project costs and revenues. Whether you're in the construction industry or in a service and professional industry, whether you require a time and materials, cost-plus, or fixed-price system, Project and Job Costing can help you achieve the maximum profit on your contracts. Now let's take a few minutes to see how you can use the program to organize, track, and invoice your contracts. Here's an example of a renovation contract our sample company is performing for its customer, Ronald Black. The contract maintenance form is at the heart of Project and Job Costing. It's where you set up all your projects and estimates. The optional tree view lets you navigate easily through all the projects and categories in a contract. Note that you can track any number of contracts for a customer. For every contract, you can set up multiple projects or phases, and for every project, you can assign multiple cost categories or cost groupings. You use these projects and categories to prepare contract estimates and to track your actual contract costs. Project and Job Costing lets you change the names for the different levels of your contracts, consistent with your industry's terminology. For example, a construction company might use the terms job, phase, and category instead of contract, project, and category. You simply enter the names for the Level 1, Level 2, and Level 3 of your contracts on the Settings tab of the Options form. Project and Job Costing lets you use segments in your contract numbers, the way you can for item numbers in inventory control. Using segments, you can organize your contracts according to your business needs, to meet industry standards, and to provide additional flexibility in reporting. You can enter up to 60 characters in all description fields in Project and Job Costing. Project and Job Costing supports 3 different types of projects: fixed price, cost plus, and time and materials. Projects can be for a fixed amount, or they can be based on costs plus some percentage, or on a rate that you specify when you enter transactions. You assign a type to each project in a contract, so a single contract can have many different project types. You can also use different methods to recognize revenue for each project within a contract. For example, you could use a cost-plus project with a total cost percentage complete accounting method to recognize revenue based on percentage completion. By letting you combine accounting methods and project types in various ways, Project and Job Costing lets you set up extremely complex contracts. Only your business practices and your relationships with your customers limit the structure of your contracts. Project and Job Costing provides you great flexibility in billing your customers. You can specify whether each transaction is billable, non-billable, or even no charge for a cost that you don't bill directly but you still need to track. Now let's take a closer look at a project. You can set up projects and categories that contain default information that you can use for a number of contracts, or you can set up unique projects and categories for a particular contract. You can see that some of the fields are the same as those on the Contracts tab, for example, the project type, accounting method, and the billing type. You can assign up to 6 progress statuses to each contract and to each project. By maintaining statuses at the project level, the program lets you track the progress of each project within the contract. You assign cost categories to individual projects, such as employee tasks, expenses, materials, purchases, equipment, and subcontractor charges, just to name a few. These categories provide a complete, detailed record of every component that makes up a project. You can set up very simple or very complex contracts and projects. If you want to track every detail within a project at a resource level, you can assign all the resources that you want to use to complete a project. These resources include employees who will be working on the project, material you'll use, subcontractors, equipment that will be used or rented, overhead, and miscellaneous items. Assigning resources to your projects also allows you to set up complex estimates. You can specify the quantity, unit cost, and billing rate for each resource you assign to a project, and you can allocate a resource separately to different projects. For example, you could assign Joanne Dowling to a design project with a billing rate of $100 an hour, but you can also assign her to to a teaching project at a different billing rate, say $90 an hour. Here we assign the category Design to the resource Joanne Dowling. As you assign cost categories to each resource, Project and Job Costing automatically calculates your cost and revenue estimates for each project and for the entire contract. As the program accumulates your actual costs, for example from time cards, purchases, equipment usage, or material transfers from inventory, you can use the comprehensive inquiry tools to determine whether the project is within your estimate. You can easily determine the project status, profitability, and compare estimates to actual costs for each resource you assign to the project. Project and Job Costing lets you transfer inventory items to your projects, return unused material to your inventory for use on other projects, and record cost and billing information for equipment used on a project. For example, if you wish to bill for the use of video editing equipment that you need to complete a project for a client. In a growing percentage of companies, many employees perform their work remotely. Keeping track of time and expenses can often be a challenge. Project and Job Costing lets employees use an internet browser to record their time by contract, project, and category for each day of the week. Once an employee enters and saves their time card, a manager can approve the time card before updating Accpac Advantage Series payroll. Project and Job Costing supports both time and material and progress billings. Time and material billing simply invoices your clients for time and materials invested in the project. Progress billing provides percentage completion information on the project and lets you invoice the client at different stages within the project. The billing worksheet provides a snapshot of your customer's invoice and allows you to make necessary changes. When you post the billings in Project and Job Costing, customer invoices are created automatically in Accounts Receivable. Project and Job Costing ensures that invoicing is efficient, no matter how many invoices you need to process. Now let's see a Project and Job Costing invoice in Accounts Receivable. The invoice contains fields that show the contract, project, category, and resource for the charges that you billed. Accounts Receivable and Accounts Payable invoice entry, receipt entry, payment entry, and adjustment entry all integrate fully with Project and Job Costing. Project and Job Costing gives you control over your projects, and it provides the essential and timely information you need to ensure that all your contracts are profitable. Let the power of Project and Job Costing guide you to success.